Erling Haaland, did I pronounce it correctly?
Yes, that's correct.
Has considered agreed terms with Manchester City. So most probably we'll see Erling Haaland in Manchester City jersey
soon
next season. Soon.
I mean,
the transfer window.
correct.
Another
But
few
he
more
has
games,
agreed.
they will release his picture lah. Really.
Yeah, I'm very excited because this Haaland transfer, I think Manchester United has contributed a lot to him going to Manchester City. Manchester United is a big factor.
Wow.
Wouldn't he be a better striker as compared to CR7? Because we were saying in the previous video that you signed CR7 because based on emotion, and even though he contributed goals, shouldn't Manchester United go all out for this 21 years old?
And they could have actually.
They did go into negotiations,
But
they pulled out.
because, if I remember correctly, there is a release clause which the amount is not very high. So any big team, even City, even you guys, can afford a certain amount. I think I don't know, the range of
60 million pounds.
60
million euros, I think.
60 to 100 million around there. Real can easily just activate the release clause, which they keep on nego. And also, I think because of the history, Roy Keane and the Haaland Senior also pull a bit factor here and there lah.
No.
Roy Keane?
Roy Keane,
What's the connection here?
Roy Keane injured
His father.
Daddy Haaland,
Okay.
and it becomes a career-ending injury.
Okay.
so it
Yeah.
might
So
be.
that causes Haaland
So
not
they
to want
have
to go
the-
to United.
I don't know. That's the thing. He's saying that.
I
Yeah.
felt
What I heard is different. I heard that Ole was managing Haaland in Molde.
yeah,
Is
but
it-
well,
is it?
yes, but
Right,
that is
correct?
in
So
molding
they were
itself.
quite close with Haaland's father as well. But Ole got fired. So that's why Haaland said, okay.
Man, what a turnaround it could have been, right?
It could have been if Ole had stayed, maybe Haaland and the father would say, okay. Since Ole, we are quite close to Ole. And even I think actually
Wow.
they are quite close to Ten Hag, is it? Or Rangnick?
Yeah, I
Haaland,
think it's
right?
really.
Wow.
So with Ole and Rangnick,
This is a big what if, actually.
Haaland could have said, okay, I'll go
But
to
do you
United.
think that even he signed to the current United squad?
It's a rebuilding process.
Yeah, but
At least you got him,
I-
21 years old,
I'm not very.
They would still rather go for your CR7.
Hey, how can you say no? Because the last few episodes, you wanted Haaland.
Compare.
Compared to who?
So CR7.
No, compared to another striker, right? I didn't upfront say.
No. You wanted Haaland. You don't compare because he's
Yeah, you didn't compare.
He's a top striker. He's one of the best strikers now.
You see, right now, in terms of strike force itself, he's the player that you grab him is good. All right.
Even Klopp recognizes Haaland.
But the thing is, long term, will he stay there long term? That's one thing.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah, I would like to add. Yeah, I agree with you. Manchester United went into negotiations, and they didn't want to get Haaland because of this release clause, because they were scared that Haaland and the agent will use this release clause to just take control and say, okay, I want to leave now. The other club will just say, okay, I'll pay the release clause.
Isn't Pogba is the same right now? It's the same agent as well. Rest
Who
in peace.
has, passed. So that's interesting. Just pass, and then after that, City comes in and say, okay, let's take Haaland.
And because the thing is, I believe what Pogba is doing the past few seasons, United boss, although they may not be very good in this sort of thing itself, but they have fear. I bought another players under the same agent itself, and they pull this out of stand that the one right, okay, 80 million, I get any of the top club. I can get Bayern who can afford. I can get Real anytime can afford the amount itself. Then we are in that dilemma itself. They will again lack in that department itself. You understand where I'm coming from, bro?
Not really.
Explain again.
Yeah.
Maybe rearrange the words.
Okay. I signed Haaland for United, for example.
Okay. Yep.
The agent also is the agent. The agent for Haaland is also the same for Pogba as well.
Yep.
Pogba is doing this out of stunt like, I want to leave. I want to get this. I want to get that.
Yeah. Same as what he's doing now, right?
Isn't that will also apply to Haaland because it's the same agent also? It might, right? It's what he said. If let's say anything goes wrong, they may just leave activate
In terms of contract lah. Not because of player
But if
behavior.
you just sign him this season, this
Last window.
season, right?
Last window.
If you just sign him, it's a minimum of like 3-4 years contract. He will still be tied for 3-4 years at
The
least.
thing is,
No, there is a release clause.
we might as well. Okay, you are saying under Ole time or Renick time? Renick.
No, under Ole. We're talking about
Renick
Ole.
doesn't
The
have
possibility.
a transfer
You have
window.
purchased Sanchos. You have purchased Varane. We don't say CR7. How
Sancho
much?
from where?
Dortmund.
Dortmund is the same team as
Wait,
Haaland.
wait. How much is Sancho?
How much is Sancho?
Add together almost 100 mil.
Yeah.
You buy Varane for about 30, 40. You buy Ronaldo also around there. It's almost 200. What is left in the bank?
Don't get CR7.
Even you don't get CR7, you can't get Haaland.
How much transfer kitty does Ten Hag have?
None.
200 million. He's going to get 200 million.
No,
so
no,
might as well he just...
No, it's different thing. Ten
previously,
Hag cannot buy any players right now. And Renick was he throw the dirty laundry on the paper saying they don't want this. We might sign Luis Diaz. We now go. We this and that.
Yeah.
But the thing
He
is,
didn't want to go.
why? Why?
Because you all...
The board is smart now.
The board smart now only.
Smart now. I'm going to allow you to sign. You go off. Shit. My next manager do not know whether he want to play or not. Right?
Yep. Okay, I understand that.
Haaland go, never mind. There will be always another Haaland. There will be always another Ronaldo.
Yep.
But at the moment itself, at that point of time, Ronaldo is cheap and can really fit into the United formation in some ways itself. Might as well get him because he's old, yes, but he still have that force, the fear. I always tell you all, if the player play well itself with Ronaldo, the team against us will have that fear. But unfortunately, the players around him doesn't perform to give him that fear factor. But if now Ten Hag come in and buy that reject the Haller striker guy, who is a reject in the Premier League, the Ajax striker. Is it called Haller?
We're talking about Haaland, not Haaland.
I mean,
Sebastian Haller. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
if we can get him and he can perform at the same level as Haaland, Aguero, all this, why not? Alan Shearer is just a normal lad in England itself. Also can perform top. Why we need to buy high profile, problematic players who has give a bit of issue here and there before?
Who? Haaland.
Haaland, I believe, has, right?
He's just a sub in Dortmund. He's not a regular player recently, right?
He's not regular player because he's injured.
He's injured, is it?
I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't
think he's a problem player.
Haaland has
Anyway,
been
it's interesting.
playing.
I want to share with you just.
Yes, please.
Sancho is from Dortmund.
Yep.
He's the same team as Haaland, right? I think when Sancho was signed for Manchester United lost the opportunity to get Haaland because Dortmund didn't want to lose 2 star players in one season. So other than United not wanting to pay that release clause or having that release clause inside the contract, they also said, okay, we take Sancho. So that prevented Dortmund from selling Haaland that season.
Might.
Then after that, next season, City came in.
But the thing
Because
is,
City wanted Kane.
And they
Somehow Kane was a common Spurs. How much is Kane? Don't overvalue him.
yeah.
He's not worth that much money.
not.
But
the thing is,
City didn't want to pay that much money.
but I
for
think
Kane.
I think the earlier season we were talking about Sancho's, all those. I think is a blessing in disguise right now
Yeah. I guess so. He's a good player.
because now he's
okay.
performing. I don't mind losing. Rashford is another player that might be sold as well.
Okay.
Spurs,
Alright.
sell Kane to United.
I don't want.
If they are stupid enough to buy Maguire, they might be stupid enough
enough,
to buy. They might meet your
I
value.
never hear me.
No. I don't think Ten Hag will buy these high profile players. He'll
Kane
really.
high profile.
I think the first
In
job.
England.
Sorry.
Wow.
See, he found bullshit. He found bullshit.
You can detect bullshit.
So, okay, in a way, let me be a neutral.
Which is very difficult.
Okay, so basically, okay, signing CR7 is already something that is
In the past.
done already.
Okay, done and dusted.
You say he saved United. I say that you guys can have signed better
Both
player.
have the same
yada,
point,
yada,
right
yada.
points, right correct points. Yeah. No
It's
right
a
wrong.
what if, right? You guys could have signed Haaland and all that. but you didn't. You signed Sancho instead. Yada yada yada. In the end, this season was saved by Sancho performing a bit late bloomer lah. Huh? But now the problem is about Ten Hag coming into United, right? The outgoing players who are young, probably still in the senior team, can be considered senior, like Rashford, right? They are still young, but they can be considered senior. A lot of senior players going out. So yes, Ten Hag has a lot of experience bringing youth up in the Eredivisie, right? He brought the AX team to the semi-final of the UCL, the highest point that they have gone before. But the problem is that what he has said, I think, is a very big major problem. And I think that all United fans, maybe a small majority or a small part of them, may be giving him more time. But one season, I think, is not enough. Because it's a totally new tactic coming in. It's a totally new team that has to practice with Ten Hag. It's a totally new league for Ten Hag, so he has to adapt as well. So there's a lot of variables going against him rather than for him.
Actually, what is interesting is for our episodes during transfer season. What the development in Manchester United. We can talk round and round about all these what ifs and with CR7, right? We should talk about transfer during transfer
The
season.
July period.
What they are buying.
Yeah, what they have bought, who
Yes.
comes in,
This
who
could
goes
be a
out.
point,
Manchester should be the spotlight.
Yeah, spotlight. This
For
is a
this.
spotlight for them. So
Interesting.
even though we don't want to talk about Manchester United, in the end we still have to talk about Manchester United.
Yeah, correct.
Because their transfer window
It's
new-
the most. I
It's-
think we have to.
Yes, because if they fail, we will laugh at them. But that's
It
the
will
thing.
really define their season. I feel.
It will define the season. Actually, that's
Your
true.
this transfer window, don't you think it will define your season? Come to think of it.
200 million for Ten Hag.
We have
Whatever
the counter
players,
here. Yeah, we have the counter.
whatever players they have, right? Whatever players that they have, who will he use?
Yeah.
Whatever players that's going out, who can he convince to stay? Because it's a whole new project.
Right.
And whatever incoming players, who can he convince to come and join United, who may be out of Europe or at least have contracts?
Oh, it's confirmed already. A lot of the players are their wages is going to minus 25% because they are not in UCL.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay, yeah. I
the
mean, that's
thing
aside lah. That's aside. I'm talking about if let's say they're not in UCL. That's the thing. Being in UCL, that attracts players coming. I want to play in Champions League. If you're not in Champions League, no, maybe there are some. It's tricky. It's a tricky negotiation there. I'd rather go to Arsenal.
That's strategy as well, right? When at the end of the season, which is one more game for United, right? At the end of it, you kind of see yourself, okay, we are not in conference, we are not in Europa, right? Your strategy might shift to say, we need to just get youngsters like what Arsenal did, who are hungry to go for UCL spot next season.
Next season, yeah.
But if you are in conference or in Europa, your strategy might change during transfer window to say, hey, look, we are in Europa, we can get the middle level
yes, I can.
players.
Yes.
So that's really interesting scenario for United up till July, I guess.
Every manager that for Ten Hag right now, the players that he will use more, bring in, is definitely from Ajax itself.
Oh, that's normal, I guess, for
Yeah,
managers.
that at least I would say
A
like
bit difficult lah because Ajax will not have an. It's like Dortmund. I don't want to lose. I already lose my manager. Yeah, I lose Sancho. Why would I want to lose Haaland to two star players? So if let's say they sell Anthony, who is actually one of their performing wingers on the right, why would I want to sell all the other players to the
that
same
is
club?
AX business model.
yeah, they sell.
They sell players.
If something like Southampton keep on selling
So
to you guys.
they will.
We don't
if
buy
the price
everything
is right.
in one season. That's the thing.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
You have to understand that sorry to say this, Liverpool really do not have that spending ability. You do not have really a money that really release out just like this. But United do have that.
And you have wasted a lot of money.
Yeah, no doubt.
I don't need to say.
No doubt.
No doubt.
There's no doubt.
Yeah.
But the thing is, we
No
still
doubt
have
about
that spending ability. We still can
Yeah.
pay.
Yeah, can still throw money. Yeah.
But the thing is, whether Ajax will release, the chances is very high. It's still very
I
high.
thought you said okay.
No, because of money.
Ajax maybe they are like Mel shout out to Mel. He says that AX Youth, or the school that produces the players, right, is renowned. They have been producing world-class players for this while. What Ten Hag has been using, like Nigel de Jong, Van de Beek when he was at Ajax itself, a lot of players comes up from the Ajax academy, and they have proven to be world beaters. These guys are very good. Okay, Gravenberch, one of them. So it makes sense that Ajax sells the players so they got the money. But if they sell and basically make the team less strong, then I don't think it makes sense, right? They are losing a manager already, so probably 1 or 2 players going out. Gravenberch and Mazraoui, if they say confirm going to a Bayern, and I'm thinking that the agreement's already done already. It's hard for them to get rid of like another 2 or 3 players. So Ten Hag may have to look elsewhere rather than just AX.